Hi friends, welcome to Yoga with Sarah Trapani. Here's a slow and gentle, well-rounded practice for you. So grab your mat and let's get started together. Let's start in hero pose with your big toes touching, and then you come to sit on your heels. If this is way too much on your knees today and it's not feeling good, you could put a yoga block between your feet and sit on that, or sit cross-legged if you prefer. So find, ideally, your hero pose and rest your palms facing down on tops of your thighs. And tune into the tops of the feet, resting on the ground, with a light press all the way to the pinky toe side of the foot. And then let your two sitting bones equally drop toward your heels. And as your tailbone starts to descend down, the lower belly lifts in and up, right up between the rib cage, right up through the crown of the head. And we take a moment to align the belly button with the nose with the belly button, and align the back of the head with the tailbone, and tune into your breath for a couple of rounds. Noticing the flow of the breath through your nose brings you more fully into the present moment and allows you to cultivate a sense of relaxation and peace with the here and now. So give yourself permission to be here and present for this practice today. Drop your chin down, take a moment to set your intention. What do you want to cultivate in this time on your mat? Let that intention guide the effort that you put in. Gently start to release your right fingertips over to the right, tented fingers or the palm all the way on the ground. And then we're going to sweep that left arm right up alongside the ear, reaching the left fingertips away and taking a breath through that left side waist. Try to keep the sides of the neck relaxed and the gaze neutral for now, just kind of straight ahead. Your right ear can melt toward the right shoulder as you extend the reach a little further to the left. And we'll inhale. When you exhale, spin that left palm away from the shoulder and press that left hand down through space. Then take your left fingertips down, reach your right arm up and over. That right sitting bone keeps dropping toward the heel. And you can let your left ear, move toward the left shoulder as you reach. Breathing along that right side body. Inhale. When you exhale, flip that right palm toward the ceiling, then press it away all the way down alongside your right hip. Then we're going to press through the tops of the feet and come on up. Let your arms be nice and light and kind of hanging by the side as you inhale. And as you exhale, slowly bring the heels back in contact with the sitting bones and chin toward chest. And then we'll inhale, come on up. Lift up through the chest. Arms are just kind of moving softly as you exhale. Hands come on top of the thighs. One more inhale. Arms draping down, chest lifting up. Exhale, sit down. And then start to bring the belly in toward the spine. And lay the belly down on the thighs. And resting your forehead toward the floor. And lay the arms down alongside the outside edges of your feet. It's embryo pose. Breathing space into the back ribs. Taking a couple moments. You may be able to inch the forehead forward just a small amount. Then we're going to press through the tops of the feet. Press through the tops of the feet, draw your belly in, and slowly rise on up. And sit up really tall. And then float the arms up, reaching the arms up alongside the ears. Look up between the hands. Inhale, and then as you exhale, turn the palms away and start to press the palms down, right alongside the hips. And then we're going to sit over to the right and start to slide the legs around and find a cross-legged seat, either ankle crossed on top. We're going to reach that right arm right up away from the hip, spin that right pinky in toward the midline. Keep dropping your right sitting bone down and hinge your right elbow. Bring your hand to the back of your head. So that right hand is either on the back of the head or the fingertips reach down a little more in between the shoulders. And then we're going to reach the left fingertips away, rotate your left thumb down, hinge the elbow, and then reach behind and try to interlace, clasp the hands. If that's not available, you can keep the hand on either on the head, in between the shoulder blades, and the back of that left hand resisting. And we're going to resist the elbows away from each other and lean a little bit with the right elbow lifting over to the left and that right outer knee relaxing toward the floor. And keep moving the back of your head back in alignment with the spinal column. So we're not letting the head drop forward too much. And then go ahead and come back and gently release that right hand down. Take your right hand over to the right. And another side bend, reaching that left arm up alongside the ear. Reaching that left fingertip away from the hip. And we'll inhale and we'll exhale. Come on back to center. We're going to do the other side, but first gently lean back, cross your other ankle on top, and then reach that left arm up. Reach, reach, reach. Spin the left pinky in, really internally rotate that bicep in toward the ear. We're going to hinge the elbow and reach around. Try to clasp the fingertips, but if that's not available, that's okay. Just inch the fingertips a little closer toward, and then pull the elbows away from each other. Then lift your left elbow up and over to the right, and try to let that left hip and outer left knee drop over and down toward the ground. And we'll inhale along that left side, and then exhale. We're going to unwind and take the left fingertips over to the left and gently reach that right arm up and over. Spinning that right bicep in toward the ear. Inhale, right side. Exhale, turn that right palm away and press the palm down alongside the body. Good. And then we're going to roll forward over the knees. Come into a tabletop position. Take your feet flat, palms under the shoulders. On your inhale, melt the belly, look up. On your exhale, root through the palms, scoop the tail, and gently round, lifting the belly. And inhale, drop the belly, spread the collarbones, lift the sitting bones, and look up. Then exhale, round, and flow through cat and cow a few slow times. If you're comfortable closing your eyes and really tuning into that meditative quality of linking the movement with your breath. And see how your body feels there. Smooth, even breathing. And that breathing makes the movements also smooth and even. And gradually make your way back to a neutral spine, looking down between the thumbs. We're going to gently slide that right leg straight back, lightly flexing the foot. Press the heel away from the hip on the inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, come up to your tented fingers and slide your right foot through right between the hands. And then take your interlace of your hands on top of your right thigh. The left knee can be a little bit back behind the hip. It doesn't have to be a huge lunge. Take your right hand onto your back and look to your right. Reach your left arm up alongside the ear. And inhale, lean back a little bit. And then exhale, draw your belly in. Release your hands to frame that front foot. And then go ahead and slide that right leg back. Press your right toes into the floor. Press your right heel straight back and lift your belly. And look toward your right foot. And then walk your hands forward and bring your right knee a little wider than the wrist. Extend your left leg straight back. Find this pigeon moment. Resting that left top of the foot all the way to the pinky toe, side of the foot. Roll the left hip point down toward the ground. Walk your hands over to the right so your hands are kind of framing that right leg. And then just turn and look to the right. Breathing in that left side. Dropping the right sitting bone down. Walk your hands back to center. Plant the palms. Tuck the back toe. Inch the left knee out. And slowly come back into child's pose, hips to heels. And we'll take one downward dog here in the middle, lifting the sitting bones high. Pedal out your feet. Breathing smoothly, dropping the heels down a little more over time. And then lift your belly, slide forward, come into tabletop position. On your inhale, drop the belly, look forward. On your exhale, come back to neutral, look down, and extend your left foot straight back. Press that left heel toward the back wall on the inhale. On the exhale, tented fingers, slide that left foot through right between the hands. Keep the back toe tucked, and then walk your hands up onto the left thigh. Spreading the toes on that left foot. Start to take your left hand onto your lower back and reach your right arm up alongside the ear and look to the left. Inhale, lean back a little bit. Exhale, hands frame that front foot. Then slide that left foot back, toes are tucked. Press that left heel toward the back of your mat. Walk your hands forward a little bit, look toward your tailbone. Then slide that left knee forward a little wider than the wrist and extend your right leg all the way back through the baby toe. And we'll pause there, letting that right hip point drop down. And slowly walk your hands over to the frame that left leg. So you walk your hands to the left and then look over your left shoulder. Breathing there. Exhales to hug the belly in toward the spine. And then gently walk the hands back. Plant your palms on the mat. Tuck the back toes, inch that right knee out. And then lift your low belly to slide that left leg back into child's pose. Hips to heels, forehead to floor. Then rest your elbows. Let your elbows open out a little bit. Wag the tail. And then start to drop the tail, gather your belly in, and come on up to sit on the heels for a moment with toes tucked under. Sit up really tall, resting your hands right on the thighs. And then we'll lift up and swing the ankles underneath. Bring the legs around. Point your toes. Slide your hands toward the tops of your feet and press your toes away from your hips as you pull your belly in. And then inhale, flex your feet. Slide your fingertips back, elbows point back, look up. And then exhale, point, draw your belly in, press away. And inhale, flex, lift up. And exhale, point, press through the tops of the feet. And then we're going to go ahead and draw the belly in and slowly come down onto your back. Come onto the back and bring your feet on the mat, hip width distance apart. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it out. Softening your belly. Rolling one shoulder at a time underneath the back and laying your palms to face up. Root through the feet, root through the backs of the hands, all the way up to the shoulder blades, and start to lift the hips and come up to a bridge pose, tractioning the shoulders away from the base of the skull. We're going to inhale, breathe the chest toward the chin. We're going to exhale, roll down, upper back, middle back, lower back, tip of the tailbone resting. Take your feet mat width distance apart. And take your arms out to a nice cactus and start to slowly windshield wiper your knees from side to side, wringing out your lower back. Have your arms nice and open in that cactus, opening all along the chest and shoulder and upper back area. When your knees windshield wiper over to the right, you can press a little more through the inseam of that inner left foot to drag that left knee away from your left shoulder toward the front right corner of your mat. And you might feel a little more opening along the left side seam. And then we'll come back and windshield to the other side. Knees go to the left, drag that right inner knee away, right away from your right fingertips, pressing that right inner knee forward toward the left corner of your mat. Inhale through that left side. Exhale, come on back to center. Gently draw your knees in, inviting compassion for wherever you're at. And then slowly start to extend one leg out and then the other leg out. And we'll find our Shavasana for today. If you're feeling chilly at all, you can put on a sweater or socks. In Shavasana, we're letting all the joints totally release. As one of my teachers always said, enlightenment feels like freedom in the joints. So we imagine all the joints free, the prana, the life force energy flowing through freely in a balanced way, in a harmonious way. The eyes are soft, the lower jaw is soft, center of the throat, center of the chest, center of the belly, tip of the tail, all aligned. Letting everything be as it is. Open and receptive to any insight that arises from within, deeper realms of your emotional body or your intuitive body. Find your gratitude practice for today, anything you have to be grateful for, welcoming it in to your mind and into your cells and into your energy field. Starting to wiggle fingers and toes, gently waking up, and eventually floating the arms overhead. We'll take a nice reset, hitting that restart button, and then very tenderly and slowly bring one knee in and then the other knee in. Rock and roll on the back a little bit, and then roll to either side and slowly make your way up to sit without moving too quickly. Find your way up again into an upright seat. You can sit again in Virasana or any comfortable seat. Find that alignment from crown to tail. Shake your hands a little bit like you're flicking water off the hands. Then bring the hands together, the warmth of the palms pressing in front of the chest. Taking a moment to pause, honor this effort that you put in, thanking yourself for showing up on your mat today. And I am wishing you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and trust on the journey. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'm so grateful for your using my channel. It means a lot to me. Please like, share, subscribe. Drop me a comment if you like this channel. And of course, hit that super thanks button and you can support me in my efforts. And I'll see you next time. Thanks again. Take care.